What's up? God bless you. Hey, let's get introduced. Audio is tripping and flipping. I think we back though. I think I got some. All right, I'm in. I'm in with the microphone. Testing 1978. Testing 1978. 1534. 1534. Hut hut. Hike. All right, y'all. What are we doing here? What are we looking at? What's going on? We talking about Monday. What it do? October 20th. Dog, where did the month go? Anybody know? Anybody see October? Gone. Anybody. Y'all be sure to hit that like, share this thing, just like it. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you do something, hit a button. Live in the building here, Coach Chalk and Sunshine, bringing it to you one more again. Y'all ready for one more again? Huh? Well, let's do this. Let's do this like we do it. Nothing changed but the weather. Let's go ahead and hit this word of the day. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. KJV. All right. Let's go get it. First things first, check out the news on today. Not yesterday, not last week. You got it for today. You got to make sure you hit today. And as you can see, all lemons. All lemons. 4 p.m., 4:30, one orange. In other news, lemons and limes, y'all. Lemons and limes. Yeah. So we got to get ready, jump into this market. I'm gonna flip over here. Y'all let me know what y'all want to trade today. Let me know what y'all want to trade. Anybody have anything in mind? Anybody want to trade some gold, some futures? You maybe trade some Pokemon cards. What y'all want to trade today? It's Monday. It's not a lot of volatility in the market. It's not a lot. I'll sit and wait until I can get somebody to participate. Where my participation at? Shout out to Gideon, one of our new members to the family. Came in and quadrupled his futures account. It's a lot of flipping, y'all. It's a lot of flipping. Said trading has never been so easy. Easy breezy. That's what we do around here. That's what we do around here. Get excited about taking advantage of this market. Lemon squeezy. I throw that in the garbage right there. All right. Okay, I see you. I see you, Tanya, in the building. Tanya's in the building. That class last night was fire, wasn't it, Tanya? Hey, that's Underground Railroad thing. Not everybody know about that. Not everybody have access to that class, Tanya. You know, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for taking advantage of it. Thank you for taking advantage of it. Let me tell you something. That thing was fire. Fire and desire. I got a flyer too that I'm gonna share with you for the next one. The next one is going to be powerful. All right. Anything you want to look at this morning, Tanya? What you thinking about? What we thinking? What we thinking? What we thinking about? Okay. I know that we did call some trades last week. Didn't even activate. We were gone off the air Thursday and Friday. Well, excuse me. We did drop some stuff for our people in our group. But we're back. We're back. So we're here to see what it is and what it do and what you would like to look at or like to trade. All right. Well, it's awful quiet. Nobody wants to trade today, so I don't know what to do. Like a lot of sideways moving. It's happening in the market right now, but we'll go ahead and put in some stuff. Do this and get out y'all way. Taking a look at the E to the J. E to the JB on the way. All right, I see what's happening over here. We just gotta move to on EJ. There's your entry, and there's my take profit. Here, Peters, you can ride this to trampoline if that feels like something that you want to do. Put your tramp on. Tramp! What you call me? Tramp! I do a Euro JPY seller to the stopper. All right. So if you got it locked in, it's 175.440. That's if you have it locked in. If you can see it, then TP 175.340. Somebody took it out of here. Excuse me. I don't know what happened to my music or nothing, but maybe that's a sign that we don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Need it. Ooh. So I'll see if I can find something nice for us to listen to. Chop some education on us, you know what I mean? So I can find a nice video to watch or listen to. Excuse me. Got a little sneezy. I think I'm allergic to my kids. Y'all think that's possible? Somebody be allergic to their kids? See, they weren't here, but I was not around them this weekend. And let me tell you something. I didn't have any sneezing going on. None. As soon as I get back around them, germ buckets. Germ magnets. The wife like, don't call our kids germ buckets. Germ magnets. Should I call them? There's power in those words. So yeah, let me change that. They're germ deflectors. That's what they are. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's watch this. This is a short video. See what this do.
You should eat every day to remove your visceral fat, which is the most dangerous fat in your body. That's that visceral fat that's wrapped around your organs like a toxic sludge. And most people think that all belly fat is the same, but here is what doctors don't want you to know. Visceral fat has a completely different biology compared to the fat that you can pinch. It's metabolically active and it's pumping out inflammatory chemicals that's literally destroying your health from the inside out. But that's not even the crazy part. There are recent breakthrough studies using MRIs and CT scans, and they have identified specific foods that target your visceral fat through unique biochemical pathways. And they've achieved from 14% to 37% reduction in just 12 weeks of your visceral fat without losing any total body weight. My name is Michael Diamonds. I'm a medical doctor. I am also a scientist. I specialized in biochemistry in microbiology, and I am a pro natural bodybuilder. So consider me your coach. I've been coaching business athletes for over a decade, and you're seeing them all on the screen. I'm going to reveal those 10 foods that specifically destroy the visceral fat using mechanisms that most doctors and influencers online aren't even talking about. Now, visceral fat isn't just about you looking pregnant in your shirt. It's actively trying to kill you. Unlike subcutaneous fat that just sits there under your skin, visceral fat is like having a chemical factory around your organs, around your liver, your
All right, y'all. Here we go. I'm looking at you, Chef. Looking at you, Chef. All my pip eaters, you could take this down to at least your trampoline. But this is what I'm looking at right now for a sell stop. I'm looking at this for a sell to the stop right now. All right. All right. Entry for this is 0.79173. That's 0.79173. All right. TP is looking like 0.79065er. 79065er. All right. Here we go. Let's get it.
Your pancreas and your heart, it's causing inflammation, pumping out inflammatory cytokines that cause insulin resistance, high blood pressure, and even heart disease. Now, here's the game changer. There's a 2024 study, right, that discovered that there's certain foods that can reduce visceral fat up to 1,093 square millimeters in just 12 weeks. I'm gonna share that food with you in these 10. So let's dive into these foods that make it possible, starting with the most powerful one in my opinion. Food number one is gonna be green tea. Let's call it the visceral fat furnace. Now, everyone thinks green tea is just this gentle detox tea, but here's what the research actually shows. Green tea contains powerful plant compounds called catechins, and think of them as nature's fat-burning chemicals. The most potent one is called EGCG, and that is short for a really long scientific name. And it works like a GPS guided missile, and it can tell the difference between good fat and bad fat. There's a 12-week study that showed that people drinking the equivalent of 4 to 5 cups of green tea daily achieved massive visceral fat reduction, and this was confirmed by hospital-grade CT scans, while their body weight scales barely budged. Now, the mechanism is like this. This is the best way I can describe it. You have a restaurant with 2 different kitchens, and inside every fat cell, there's something called AMPK. Think of that as the head chef, whose job it is to decide whether you store the ingredients,
All right, Pip
fat,
Peters, the wife just
or cook
dropped
them
a
up for energy.
66 pip
Now,
tray.
this is the cool part. Your dangerous
the
belly fat cells have
so you can
way
watch it
more
and
of these
knock it out
head
your
chefs
scissors.
than the fat under your skin. So when EGCG from the green tea shows up, it's like this health inspector walking into your belly fat kitchen and ordering the chef to start cooking everything right now. So this is what I recommend. Drink 4 to 5 cups of high quality green tea. Consume it 2 hours after a meal and 30 minutes before eating. We want to prevent having milk in there because it can block the fat burning compounds, and the research shows up to 87%. So let's keep it black, or if you must, you can add lemon. And I found a brand on Amazon called the Jade Leaf Matcha Organic Ceremonial Grade Tea. Again, I'm not affiliated. I just did the due diligence for you guys, just in case you wanted to try one of them out. But that's just the beginning. What if there's this common staple in your kitchen that can reprogram your stress hormones to stop your body from from storing visceral fat. So food number 2 is going to be wild caught salmon. Now, everyone knows that fish is healthy, especially for the heart, but here's what most people don't realize. The omega-3 fats in wild salmon, like mackerel, sardines, specifically block stress hormones pathway that forces your body to store fat around your organs. So here's the breakthrough research. When you're stressed, especially chronically stressed, your body releases cortisol in excess, the stress hormone. It's your fight or flight hormone, and it's your environment and everything around you, like maybe problems at work or with the kids, and it tells your body to store fat for a rainy day. Pack everything around the organs for survival, right? But the EPA and the DHA, the special fats in fish, reduce cortisol levels by up to 20 to 30% while also activating your body's natural fat burning furnaces called brown fat. So I recommend eat a palm-sized wild salmon, make it in air fryer, maybe mackerel or sardines. These are also high protein foods, which are even more amazing, 2 to 3 times weekly. And you can also have a high quality fish supplement that you can have every day. And timing matters. I would recommend having it for lunch or dinner to help your body naturally wind down your cortisol in the evening. And try baking the wild salmon, maybe having some nice lemon and herbs on there.
All right, we have opening bell going on. Opening bell, 2 minutes in. Let's see what's going to happen. What's going to happen? Yapping, chapping to the captain.
Served with, greens and maybe some rice. By the way, let me know if you guys want me to start a series of visceral fat recipes where I show you me making these foods, combining all these 10. So just comment down below, Dr. Mike, make the recipe meals or make the recipe videos for visceral fat. And if I see this video has high priority by you guys thumbsing it up, I will prioritize the video. I'll literally drop everything and make that video next. Let's move on into food number 3, avocados. Now, this one, according to the research, mainly works for women, but I believe it works for both. A study took 105 people and had half of them eat 1 avo daily. After 12 weeks, women experienced something incredible. Their body fat literally moved away from their belly and redistributed to safer areas. The main fat in avocados, called oleic acid, defaulting to dumping everything around the organs, it starts routing the fat to more safer areas, right? But oleic acid is like updating your GPS software. It influences the hormones called leptin and adiponectin. And these are like the body's traffic controllers that decide where fat gets directed. The updated GPS starts routing fat storage away from your vital organs, like putting yourself in a safer parking spot. Now, what's fascinating is that it worked mainly for women, suggesting it taps into female hormone pathways that men don't fully have access to. So I recommend for everyone, eat 1 medium avo daily, maybe split it between 2 meals. If you don't have the fats for it, cut it in half. I haven't even talked about the amazing fiber content and all the healthy fats in there. Buy them weekly, keep the ripe ones in the fridge, and always eat them fresh to get max benefit. But here's...
All right, I'm gonna put in this buy stop for the Russell right here. Putting in this buy stop for the Russell. Entry is going to be 2.05. I'm sorry, 2.502.9. 2,502.9. And the TP is going to be 2,507.7. 2,507.7. All right. Ring-a-ling-a-ling. Ring-a-ling-a-ling. Come true, gal. Give me what you got now, see. Rasta. TP2 smash with me, people over there. We're coming into an entry. Just scored a TP2. Entry on the Russell. And just to give y'all an idea of what we're looking at, if y'all want to see it, here it is real quick for you. Entry, we got a call here for the Russell, and we've just been riding this thing up. So it ain't nothing, honey, but the money. All right, let's go.
something even more remarkable. There's a food that turns your own gut bacteria into a visceral fat destroyer. So food number 4 is the magic rice combo. Now, everyone thinks rice makes you fat, right? But a 2024 study found something incredible. Research used a blend of what they called 3G rice: purple rice, brown rice, and pink rice mixed together. I know. Now, people eating this blend lost 1,093 millimeters more visceral fat compared to the control. And that's like removing a credit card sized chunk of dangerous fat from around your organs. Each rice brings different superpowers. The purple rice has compounds that specifically attack belly fat cells. The brown rice makes your body more sensitive to insulin, so it stops it from storing belly fat. And the pink rice feeds the good gut bacteria that produce fat burning compounds. You're basically assembling the Avengers, but for your metabolism. Now, the magic is you need to use all 3 together. The individual ones won't move the needle too much. Now, I'll be honest, I found this one researching. I've never tried it. Now, if I had to prepare this,
TP3 smashed on the Russell. TP3 smashed on the Russell. On our end, TP1 is coming up for you. TP1 is coming up for you that are watching. You'll see us get this one live. Let's go.
I personally pair this rice combo with a nice grilled chicken that I put in the air fryer, some steamed broccoli, maybe a stir fry, and also an amazing idea because it will keep you full for hours while also boosting your metabolism. There's going to be a good source of fiber and it's also high protein. Food number 5, it's the right yogurt that can give you a bacterial army to kill your visceral fat. Now, not all yogurt is created equally. You want the stuff with Lactobacillus gasseri, or Algasseri for short. The specific bacteria can reduce your visceral fat area by up to 8.5% in just 12 weeks, and this is confirmed by hospital-grade CT scans. So you may be asking, Dr. Mike, how? Now, think of your gut like a city, and most people have lazy citizens causing inflammation and chaos. Algasseri is like recruiting an elite police force that patrols your system, hunting down fat-storing signals and eliminating them. These bacterial soldiers produce compounds that specifically target that belly fat cells and force them to be broken down. They also neutralize toxins that normally trigger more belly fat store. And look for yogurt that specifically lists Algasseri on the label. You want at least 10 billion live cultures. Now, I know it may be hard to find, so just get a probiotic supplement. There's a brand called Humanax Lactobacillus gasseri on Amazon, right? I'm not affiliated again. I just did the due diligence for you and the reviews look great. And you can just buy the supplement and mix it with your Greek yogurt. I also recommend, of course, eat your veggies that will feed your good bacteria and even make them stronger. Now, let's move on to food number 6, walnuts. And you can mix it with food number 5. This is an interesting study. The largest visceral fat study ever done followed 294 people for 18 months using MRI scans. The group eating a handful of walnuts daily achieved double the visceral fat compared to following a standard diet. Walnuts contain this compound called L-glutanins. Your gut bacteria are like a construction crew and the L-glutanins are the raw materials. When they get these materials, they build something called urolithin A, basically tiny internal furnaces that burn belly fat for fuel. Not everyone's gut bacteria are equally skilled at this construction job, but eating walnuts regularly trains them to get better at it. It's like upgrading your crew from an amateur weekend warrior to professional contractors. So what to do? 14 walnut halves a day. That's about 28 grams. So I highly recommend that you pre-portion them weekly to avoid overeating them. And too many nuts can backfire and add unnecessary fats that you do not need. Let's move on to food number 7, dark chocolate. Take the dark chocolate, melt 1 or 2 squares on fresh strawberries as a dessert. An amazing idea and probably one of the ones I'll do for the videos. You guys let me know. And this will satisfy your sweet tooth and also provide the antioxidants you need to combat the inflammation. So yes, you read.
Hope you locked a little profit into position on your road. What do you call this, Russell? We do have Mr. R that just showed up on the brick wall. So, I mean, right on the brick wall. So you could have a little pullback here, a little sting, a little bite. Well, let's see what happens if the buyers are still in position and have enough energy to fight. Can we say bars? Man, I'm just a natural Rudy Raymore over here this morning.
That right. Chocolate can help you lose belly fat, but we're talking about real chocolate here. I'm talking 70% cocoa or higher. High quality dark chocolate can reduce your stress hormone levels by 10 to 15% while simultaneously blocking your stress urges that will drive visceral fat storage. So this is an afternoon de-stressor. Strategically timing your dark chocolate that's around 3 p.m., which is normally the time your stress hormone spikes, and it programs your body to store visceral fat. And clinical studies show that daily dark chocolate and the 70% cocoa or higher, and I'm sure you've seen the Lindt Intense dark chocolate sections, reduces your cortisol while boosting the feel-good chemicals like serotonin.
Jeg husker den første dagen min på Equinor, så ble jeg møtt av en demonstrasjon når jeg skulle inn på kontoret. Da kjente jeg, nå jobber du på en arbeidsplass som de fleste i Norge og kanskje Europa også mener noe om. Ja, da kjente jeg det dunka litt i brystet og rart å
endorphins, but this is the critical part. It specifically counters stress-related belly fat and not all storage. The magic compounds in those dark chocolates are called flavonols, and think of them as tiny bodyguards that cross into your brain and protect it from stress damage. They also contain something called epicatechins that can help your body resist the urge to stress eat. So timing is everything. Most people naturally have stress peaking and surging around 3 p.m. and it's your body's normal functions. So what to do? Choose organic dark chocolate with 70% cocoa or higher. Eat 1 to 2 squares, which comes out to about 20 to 30 grams mid-afternoon. Interrupt your stress cycle. Milk chocolate doesn't work. It actually promotes more fat storage instead of preventing it. Food number 8, turmeric plus black pepper. Now, most people think that turmeric is just a trendy spice, but here's what cutting-edge research is showing. The curcumin in turmeric can interrupt the chronic inflammation cycle that creates this vicious loop. Belly fat creates inflammation, which creates insulin resistance, which creates more belly fat, and on and on and on. Now, curcumin is the special compound and it shuts something off called NF-kappa B. And think of this as the master on-off switch for inflammation genes. And when you flip the switch off, this vicious cycle will stop. But here's the game changer. Turmeric alone is poorly absorbed. However, combining it with pepperine, the compound in black pepper, increases absorption by 2000%. It's like the difference between whispering and using a megaphone. So this is what to do. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder plus a pinch of black pepper to each meal, and always eat it with some healthy fat like olive oil for best absorption. You can also just use curcumin supplements, but make sure they include piperine or bioprine, right? Breaking this inflammation cycle is key, but imagine the fruit that acts like a remote control for your fat cells. Food number 9 is pomegranate. This one sounds too good to be true, but the research is solid. So pomegranate isn't just an antioxidant-rich fruit. But here's the breakthrough discovery. A study showed people consuming pomegranate vinegar experienced 37% visceral fat reduction in just 8 weeks. The magic compounds are called ellagic acid and punicalagins. Think of them as universal remote controls that operate your fat cells. Here's what makes them incredible. Inside every fat cell is a control switch that I mentioned earlier called AMPK, and it's the factory supervisor which decides if we're going to store more fat or burn what's already there for energy. So this is what to do. Drink a cup of pomegranate juice daily, or just add 1 to 2 tablespoons of pomegranate vinegar to your salad. If using supplements is easier for you, look for ones providing 700 micrograms of ellagic acid, and always consume a little healthy fats with it to help with absorption. Now, food number 10 is special peppers. Now, this one surprised me even with the research. I've put it last because it's not in humans but in animals, but I'm sure you've heard of it. Capsaicin. That's what makes peppers hot. It's not just there to make you sweat like crazy. It activates special chemicals in your fat cells called TRPV1 receptors. And I know it sounds nerdy, but this is the cool part. Your visceral fat has 3 to 4 times more of these channels than regular fat. So when you eat something spicy, it's like your belly fat gets a direct...
All right, it's official. CP has been smashed over here on the Russell. There's no bell ringing, but if you like that sound, don't worry about it. I'll hook you up for the low low. Maybe not. I can't get it to turn on. But you do see that the Russell is Russian. So, nevertheless, either way, we got it. We good. All right, back to the video.
Evacuation order. Now, the studies for this are amazing. Researchers found that capsaicin reduced visceral fat by 40 to 60% while barely touching subcutaneous fat. So you don't need to torture yourself daily by consuming tons of this capsaicin. You could maybe have 1 or 2 jalapenos daily, and that should do it. And some people even add some hot sauce to their morning coffee. I've heard of this one, but I've never tried it, so I don't recommend it. Fresh peppers are better than the dried ones because the capsaicin is more potent. Just start slow if you're just not used to spice. Again, I've put this one at the very end because I know most people aren't people who like spicy food. It's just not for your taste buds. So here's a way to apply all these foods. In the morning, have your green tea with breakfast, add some turmeric and black pepper to your eggs, for example. Mid-morning as a snack, have that handful of walnuts. For your lunch, have that wild-caught salmon with half an avo, maybe have it with rice and veggies, maybe add a jalapeno of your brave. 3 p.m, a couple of squares of the dark chocolate, mixing it with the strawberries that I mentioned. And then for dinner, have that Greek yogurt with lactobacillus and berries, right? And if you want, you can also have pomegranate as a fruit later, right? And within 2 to 4 weeks, you should notice better energy, fewer cravings. 8 to 12 weeks, you'll start seeing your waist coming down. And of course, guys, you need to be in a caloric deficit. But if you want to know exactly the 30-day plan that I would have to lose all of your visceral fat, I'm going to link it in this video right here. It has all the information you need. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know if you want me to make those cooking videos showing you how to combine all these 10 foods. Cheers. There are 3 simple strategies to control your insulin, reduce your visceral fat, and it's backed by science. And if you do these right, you can.
All right, there we go. Got him. I know most of us are not looking to burn any fat because we are pretty well in shape, taking care of ourselves. Guts are a thing of the past. We can look down and see our shoes. You know, not concerned about that type stuff. So, but there are some people that probably learned something from that. I'm actually sitting up here now drinking some tea with turmeric and black pepper and some other good stuff in there. Yeah, we keep pushing, we keep pushing. Looking for my word of the day image. I don't know where I put it. I have a Philippians 4:13 image. But yeah, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna go in there and do my thing, see if I can make it swing. So, word of the day comes from Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All right. Waymaker, miracle worker. All right, let's go ahead and break this thing down, do a little story with it. You know, think back to when you was a kid and you play with toys. Your favorite toy, like a remote control car. Amazing. Zipping across the floor, spinning in circles, and climbing over small bumps. When you line your pencils up or something like that, and it would go over the pencils. But what happens when the batteries run out? The car simply stops. It's powerless and it can't do anything. Nothing. No matter how many times you push the button, it's completely dead until you plug it in. Right? You got to put it back on that charger. And the charger pours power back into the battery. And suddenly the car is strong again. And we are a lot like that car. Just like that toy. We can do some things on our own, but we get tired. We get overwhelmed. We get frustrated. And we face challenges that are too big for us. Yahweh is our power source. When we feel weak, we feel scared, all we need to do is plug into Him. Through prayer, trust, that gives us His strength. Not our own strength, but it gives us His strength. This verse doesn't mean that you could suddenly, open the window and just jump out and start flying. But it does mean you can face hard things. Be kind when it's difficult. And find courage we didn't know we had. Only because He is our strength. Okay. So let us pray. Lord, thank you that I don't have to I don't have to rely on my own strength. When I feel weak, tired, afraid, and face big challenges at work or at school or even at home today, please be my power source. Fill me with your strength so that I can do all things, even if it's road rage in the car and someone cuts me off. Give me the strength to stay in control, Lord, so I can do the things that you want me to do. In your holy name, I pray. Amen. All right, y'all.
with you today. If you've ever wanted to take control of your financial future, hey there, my friend. I've got something really exciting to share with you today. If you've ever wanted to take control of your financial future,
Share it with me. Share it with me. All right, y'all. 2 minutes ago, we want to get up out of here. Thank you, Tanya, for coming in, showing up, showing out. We still got to get together. Haven't forgot about you, Tanya. And I'll call you a little later on today. See what's going on. I know right now it's nap time. It is nap time. Well, I might give me something to eat. Then it's nap time. But y'all, do me a favor. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining.
Hey, take a
Thank you for
look.
being here.
Hey,
Alright?
take a
Y'all
look.
take care. Have a good one. God bless. We out.
Hey, take a look.